Welcome back aboard Blurred Force One with your boys Mo and Lottie. And today we're reviewing Loki Season 2, Episode 3. It's entitled 1893 and it's coming to you from Disney Plus. So, what did we think about it? And should you be watching? And before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. Well, Lottie, it's time for a blast to the past, like literally the past, like just barely past the Civil War. Black people still ain't really free. Back into the 1860s, and we finally get to see two characters we hadn't seen since last season. Miss Minutes is prominently featured, and so is Ravona Rennslayer. And we get to see what's the name, Mobius in an old hat and Loki in a bowler hat. They're very dapper gents in this particular episode. And finally, a variant of He Who Remains is there. So, big things are afoot. We're at essentially the halfway point of this season, and I think some major things are going to go down. So, Lottie, we saw this episode. What did you think about it?
You saw my text. What did I told you they should change the name of this episode to? The Attack of the Raging Karens.
There is when you said that, I was like, what? But I thought you were just talking about Sylvie, but nope. God damn it. Miss Minutes is Miss. You know what's worse? The worst thing about Miss Minutes is she been mad for thousands of years. She been mad for thousands upon thousands of years. Like, she has been mad for so long, and she can't even take it out on the person she mad at.
Bro, I didn't want to say why I felt that way, but I knew after you watched it, and all of my other friends, I texted to my other friends too, and they were like, "Yep." I said there was 3 Karens all just raging in this episode.
It was.
I'm like,
it was like this when we were gonna get Victor Timely. See this, this was sort of hinted at in what was it? Where did we see this? Was it the end of not Spider-Man? What was it where we saw Loki, the Loki teaser? I can't remember if it was Ant-Man. Was it Ant-Man?
It was Ant-Man.
So we got so we got the teaser. We finally got to see what they were hinting at. This is all taking place in Chicago, in Chicago's World Fair, and we see a variant of Kang, Victor Timely, kind of in this old time. And I kind of love this for this kind of presentation of him, because we're so used to seeing we've seen 2 versions of Kang. One where he's like the big bad at the end of Loki season 1, and then we've seen him as like the conqueror in Ant-Man, and he's got all this technology and everything. This dude literally grew up in Chicago, post World War, post Civil War, and he would have just been anybody. He's just been a nobody kind of black dude, inventor, didn't do anything, and then he gets this book from the TVA that puts him onto a different path, and we see him almost 25 years later, and what does he do with it? He's a dang confidence man. And I was like, what is happening here? I was trying to figure out, like, so yes, you're a genius, but also you just run scams on people. That's your thing, I guess. Okay, live your best life, Victor, or something. And then into that comes Loki and Mobius and Rennslayer and eventually Sylvie. So I mean, I don't know, Lottie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought this episode was just fine. Like,
yeah.
Do you ever watch something and you should like you're like, I should like this more than I do, and that's the way this show has been for me. Like, I'm like, I'm with it. Okay, I get what's going on. I'm with it. This is interesting. And yet, I'm not as engaged as I feel like I should be. Am I crazy? Is that weird?
I was talking about this with my friend. The best thing about this show is Loki and Mobius.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about the show. When they're not on screen, you can feel it. You can feel it. The like when they're on screen, I'm engaged. I am locked in. I'm like, oh, the way the two actors just play off the synergy of each other, it is the best thing of this show. And I'm happy that we're getting more of it, but the other parts of the show is just I don't really care for. And it's not like it's bad. It's just like watching this episode, the only two people that were thinking rationally were Loki and Mobius.
Right.
The other two, three characters.
See, I think Sylvie has got the right of it, and I also told, I don't know why I forgot she has He Who Remains Tempad, so she can go wherever the hell she wants. But
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Like Loki was saying, if you kill him, the world that you love is dead regardless. So she wasn't thinking rationally. She thought rationally at the end, but she was not listening at all. She just was like, she sees a variant. And here's the thing which is kind of a little bit hypocritical about her. She keeps saying, I am not the other Lokis, but she just automatically thinks a variant of one person is just going to be that. That's a little hypocritical.
Well,
it is.
I mean, to be fair, she's basically taking He Who Remains at his word that all of his other variants are worse than him. So she's just like, all right, well, every time I meet one of them, he dead. I'm like, I'm gonna just kill him.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But we also got to talk about how Miss Minutes wants to bang.
She has been. Cause here's the thing. Oh my god. Like, okay. So first of all, Miss Minutes is a fucking menace. One, she's a menace. Two, god dang, she has been thirsting over He Who Remains for how long? I was like, I felt it. I felt it as soon as she was mad that Rennslayer touched his hand and shit like that. And I was like, oh, this bitch. She's like a dog that sees you're giving attention to somebody else, and she just got up in it. Oh man. And then she was like, I could have had a body and I could have been doing you. And he's like, I'm thinking like, if this man wanted a sex bot, he could have made a sex bot a million times over. He don't want
like that joke was so freaking funny when she said when she was like, yes. When she said, "What's the rush?" I was like, "Uh-oh." Like, this woman wants to
starting blushing and everything. I'm surprised she didn't start doing one of those like, old school cartoon strip teases. I was like,
exactly.
You don't get out here with that.
And then she realized immediately, wait, I lied.
And he's like, wait a minute. I was like, dang, he can't ghost her fast enough. Good God. It's like, lose my number, please.
And then afterwards, like a jealous ex, I know all your secrets, and I'm gonna say them. Oh,
she was like, I'm telling you, she straight up on on Instagram, put you on blast. Oh, good God. She out there hanging out. I was like, dang, okay, well, Hank, this is all your fault. You led her on for half the life of the universe. That's your problem.
And then you gave her feelings to allow her to have your own. I mean, God, what you thought was going to happen?
What's worse about it is like it's the equivalent of her walking up on his cousin like, well, I can't have him. I want you now. I mean, like, hey, hold on now. I don't even swing that way. Chill out.
Yesterday, I was just trying to figure out how I was going to make $1,000, and now an AI robot is hitting on me from the future. What type of shit is this?
He's like, unwanted touch. Thank you. Oh, poor Victor Timely. Now his choice was, I can be in a relationship with this crazy ass AI, or I can go to the TVA. A TV, you know what? TVA don't sound too bad right now. Come on.
And then let's talk about Rennslayer. Like, God dang,
She's, you could tell you could tell she and Kang, like, it's weird because does she remember Kang? Like that, I'm trying to figure this out because we know everybody in the TVA has had their mind wiped to forget about him. Is she included? And also, she mad as hell too. She mad. Yeah. She mad because she's like, damn it. I spent thousands of years keeping the TVA together, and I walk away for 1 minute, and you bitches fuck everything up. She's righteously angry.
And she's like,
and also
like,
thirsty.
Fuck this. Exactly. She's like, I'm going to erase this man from existence. God, that is the choice.
well, she's like, I'm running the show now, and Sylvie's like, how about that? There was some real fun stuff in this episode. I mean, there's fun stuff in this episode. I know you. Look, Sylvie. Yes, she's kind of one track minded. And then she's sort of wavering. When she shows up, fun shit happens. You know, she's the better Loki. Like, can we admit that? Can we agree she's a better Loki than Loki is? Because like she kicked his ass, and I agree. He's not trying to hurt her, but still, she's just like, nah, I'm getting this dude, and just kind of made it happen. I thought I'd liked seeing her, but is she making the right choices though?
She eventually will, but it's one of those things, man, that I'm just like, I'm watching this episode and I'm just like, okay, give me more Loki, and you know what I think what this is going to do is going to lead to. I think this guy is going to remain like a good variant. Like, he's going to be good. I think he'll be something that they will use in the later versions of, like, I mean, in the movies, of them to combat the other Kangs.
I don't think he survives the series, personally. I think he's going to be pruned or whatever, or killed, however you want to call it. I also want to call out Jonathan Majors. I was sitting up here listening to Victor Timely. I'm like, who the fuck taught you how to speak English? Because, like, they ruined your diction. Like, he's been so, and I understand it's an affectation, but he's being so fucking weird. It's like, it was weird listening to him talk. You know what? If I'm being honest, he actually sounds like a way less refined version of He Who Remains. Because if you remember the way he talked to Sylvie and Loki at the end of last season, it wasn't exactly the same, but there are some similarities to their speech patterns and the way they sort of talk and acted and moved around. And so there's a little bit of a commonality, but he's like, what if Baxter Stockman was way, way more weird? Which, and you know, Baxter Stockman, no matter what version of the cartoon, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles you see, he's always a fucking weirdo. So but look, I like the episode. I wasn't over the moon about it, and I'm frustrated by the fact that I feel like I should be way more hyped about this, and I'm just not. And I don't know what that is, and I don't know how to explain it, except I understand what's on there, and I get it, and I like it. It just isn't. It's not hyping me up. It just isn't. So,
well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. The show is good. I mean, the show is good, especially like the parts of Loki and all that stuff. I just feel like it's because it's integral. It's like such an important part of the story of the MCU moving forward, that we're expecting it to be amazing, and it's just telling a story. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the problem is I'm not connecting with any one character that much, like I like at all. I agree. You know, Loki and Mobius, that's fun, but I'm not super connected with their relationship, to be honest. It's just a fun little thing that's happening. There's no character in this show that I'm latched onto, you know, beyond like I know that they're important and therefore I should care, but like actually caring about any one character, no, not really. And that's probably the problem. So I don't know. I hope they fix that up. The Sylvie could be the one. Victor Timely could be the one, but other than that, I don't know. So anyway, I think that's all of our thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think about it? What did you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there, and of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, do us a favor, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel so that more people can see videos just like this. All right, thanks for joining us. Come back next week. We're going to talk about episode 4 of Loki season 2. Until then, I've been Mo, your commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.